Hey guys, welcome at my place. I'm going to present you a small experiment which is part of the project called CO2ta, like carbon dioxide, CO2 and TH, CO2ta. And this project is going to be submitted at the Perfect Brainstorm competition offered by the YOTA Foundation. And in this project I show a way to submit emissions to the tangle. And with the properties of the tangle, like this immutability and this storing of information for all time, there are arising some business models which you can read in the paper, which is going to submit it as well. For one quick example, you can put what I'm going to show you in the following. You can put it in your car, drive 100 kilometers. You have like 1 kilogram of CO2 emissions, and you can furthermore buy certificates which neutralize your footprint in order to have like a better consciousness about your CO2 footprint. Or for companies which want to have like the advertisement to be totally CO2 neutral, they can track the whole CO2 footprint and trade it against certificates. So let me show you this small experiment here. We have here a tube, and in this tube there is a sensor, and this sensor is a carbon monoxide sensor. Carbon monoxide is another emission, another greenhouse gas, which is also harmful for our environment. And a cigarette is producing a lot of carbon monoxide. That's the reason you have not enough oxygen after a cigarette and you lose some concentration. So I will light the cigarette first, and afterwards explain the setup. So this sensor tracks the emissions right now. It was very low, and due to the cigarette the carbon monoxide emissions will rise. You will see it in the bottom as a overlay. So the sensor is connected to this breadboard. There are just some AC/DC converting stuff here and a Raspberry Pi. And this Raspberry Pi is issuing the transaction to the tangle. And this is only a power supply here. This is on the Wi-Fi. I also tried it to put everything in my car. It worked as well with the Wi-Fi, which was offered by my cell phone. So I'm sitting in front of my computer right now, and what you see here is a dashboard of the server. The server has the task to crawl the tangle for new transactions, which are where the message is in a encrypted way stored. And so the first step is to decode the message. Afterwards, there's a parser writing all the encrypting the message and writing all the data in a database, in an SQL database. So we see all the transaction which came from our experiment we just saw, and the experiment was about 10 minutes from this timestamp to this timestamp. The next columns are the emissions which we are going to track. These are the most important emissions. You most likely know most of them. For example, we have here the CO, like carbon monoxide, which we just tracked. So we saw that after the cigarette was burned, we have like this increase here. I think at this timestamp I stopped the video. So, but the experiment lasts a little bit longer, and you can see after the cigarette was finished, the emissions decreased. The last column are the CO2 equivalent values, and you can see here that this is basically exactly the same like CO. That's because CO has the same impact on our environment like CO2. When you have, for example, methane, which is CH4, it has a factor of about 20 because it's way more harmful to our environment than CO2. Furthermore, we are going to see here the accumulated CO2 equivalent over time. So in our 10 minutes experiment, we accumulated about 94 kilograms of CO2. It's obvious that this is not coming alone from the cigarette, but we multiplied a mass flow here in order to be more realistic. This is about the mass flow of the exhaust gas in a small power producing facility. So we have here a CO2 certificate price, which is simply mock-up data. And in this example, we can buy for 0.07 iota per kilogram CO2 certificates in order to get rid of our footprint. So the total price is 6.3 iota. I'm going to buy these certificates. We see it here in our transaction log. On the bottom, we have a new transaction here with a negative impact on our footprint. So our footprint should decrease to 0, as you can see it here. And this is basically what a individual or what an industry can be accomplished to get rid of their CO2 footprints. And I think there are coming a lot of business models and opportunities here after you have this very cheap and efficient way of tracking emissions using the Tangle. So I hope you like the project, and yeah, that's basically it.